richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter, 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 sweeter as the days go by. The moment he saved me, his good grace he gave me, he placed his love and deep in my heart. It's great joy in knowing, with him I am going, and nevermore from him to depart. Oh, it gets sweeter as the days go by. It gets sweeter as the moments fly. His love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter, 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 sweeter as the days go by. His love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter, 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 sweeter as the days go by.
This evening, if you've been to one of our concerts or before, you know that's the song that we always open up with. That's the song that we as a trio originally, first song we ever sang, and I thought it was a great song. We just try to open up our programs. Also the last one, so thank you for coming tonight. All right, I'm going to be good tonight. Okay, I'm going to behave. I am going to behave tonight. And, no, really, I am. But we're glad you're here tonight. We hope that you come tonight expecting a blessing. We want these songs to be a blessing to you. A lot of the songs are new. Some new songs that Richie's written. And we just want these to bless your heart tonight. And we want you to have fun. We want you to enjoy yourself. I believe that if Christians can't have fun, then nobody can have fun. That's just the way I look at it. So enjoy yourself this evening and sit back and if you want to get in one of these songs and clap a little bit, you know, throw your wife up in the air, whatever you want to do. If you want to get in a song, that's fine. Just whatever it takes, okay? So enjoy yourselves this evening. We're going to do one that Richie wrote a long time ago, but he did some changing on it. Rich, why don't you tell us about it? Okay, good. You can tell it's, what do you, no?
No, that's fine.
That's fine. We changed the song a little bit. We did it years ago, and he's changing. He's a little more upbeat, and it's a song that tells the whole story about salvation.
Sunday paper, specials for me. The ones that 2-for-1 came on, and serious promise that couldn't be. But the bargain of that Sunday, in fact the best deal I ever heard. I found that same morning when I started reading God's Word. Salvation, and the price is free salvation, with the guarantee salvation for you and me. Thank you, Jesus, my Lord.
Well, I put down the bulky newspaper and I picked up the holy book. I started reading without a purpose when I heard God tell me to look. And there, to my amazement, I saw what the scripture said, that He would wash away my sins and give me heaven after I'm dead.
Salvation, and the price is free salvation, with the guarantee salvation for you and me. Thank you, Jesus, my Lord. So if
It's free to every woman and man. Just accept that He has given His life to ransom you. And you can join our celebration, 'cause you're bound for the promised land too.
Salvation, and the price is free. Salvation, with the guaranteed salvation for you and me. Thank you, Jesus, my Lord. Thank you, Jesus, my Lord. Thank you, Jesus, my Lord, my
In case you're wondering why we have music up here, and you see a lot of groups that don't have music, we're old. And we can't remember all these words, and so that's why they're here. So that's in case you're wondering. And for some of the guys, they need it more than others. So anyway, just to let you know.
I'm young. Thank you for that disclaimer, Uncle Jim. This next song is new to us, and it's a special song for us, and I hope it becomes special for you. And I'll apologize in advance. The introduction is actually going to take longer than the song, but I've been very, very blessed in my life to have a number of great role models and heroes. Two of them happen to be in the building tonight. With this guy over here was my football coach in high school, and predictably was an incredible role model. And I'm being very serious, obviously here. He not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. And he was my football coach and an incredible influence. And back there somewhere, I can't see in the dark, is my pastor, Tony Hammond. And he was my baseball coach, although both of them probably don't want to claim that. But both of them, again, were tremendous influences, and they were my heroes. But that said, my biggest hero, without question, in my life was my mom. And I'll have you say a little prayer for her. She's a little bit under the weather this evening, won't make it over here. But my mom, is the finest example of a Christian I've ever met, and she is absolutely just a saintly woman. And she had a very difficult life, and I'll share just a few things with her. She lost her father when she was 8. She lost her mother when she was 9, so she was orphaned. During the Depression, she spent most of that time at a Baptist orphanage in North Carolina. In her later teens, she would go through World War I. She would marry in between 180 and myself, I won't give you the years. She lost a child. 5 years later, we lost our house to a hurricane, and about 70, I'm talking about completely, not a window was washed away or something. 7 years later, she lost the house again to a fire, and 5 years later, my father passed away in a rather early death. And with each of those things, obviously those are very trying to your faith and your conviction. But going back to what I said before, she was an incredible Christian, and incredibly grounded in her faith, has incredible conviction. And she would always say to me, for the episodes I was around, for every cross that we bear, our Father gives us a crown. Which is a paraphrase, really, of what Paul said to us in Romans 8:28, talking to believers, those who are called according to His purpose. He said, God works within us in all things, and with all things works for our good. And again, that's basically what this song is about. Last year, we had a lot of folks in our church, and I have some dear friends outside of the church who are going through trying times. I see Tina over here; she lost her brother. Other dear friends have had maladies, physical, emotional. There's usually coexisting emotional when there's that kind of physical challenge. And I was just led to CJ over here, another dear friend, Dr. Handelsman, dear friends outside of our church that are godly people. And you just, why do good things happen or bad things happen to good people? And so I prayed for a song that may serve to minister to some of those needs. And using the term the phrase that my mom always used, for every cross, our Father gives a crown. We came up with this song. And I hope it ministers to you. If you have a cross to bear or have had one, please listen closely to the words. I confess that there have been times that tried my faith, when I questioned the direction of God's plan. But through every stormy gale, I've found His wisdom has prevailed, and I've emerged each time a richer, stronger man. For every cross we bear, our Father gives a crown. That's His promise to embrace each time we're down. He reminds us that through all our pains, His goodness will abound. Yes, for every cross we bear, He gives a crown.
Every day I hear from Christians in despair, and I try my best to comfort and console. I remind each of those friends that there's a blessing in the end. That's the promise of the one who's in control.
For every cross we bear, our Father gives a crown. That's His promise to embrace each time we're down. He reminds us that through all our pains, His goodness will abound. Yes, for every cross we bear, He gives a crown.
There'll be a day for each of us to travel on, when our Lord will give His final earthly test. Then we'll walk on streets of gold, dwell in the mansions He's foretold, and that crown we'll wear will be His very best.
For every cross we bear, our Father gives a crown. That's His promise to embrace each time we're down. He reminds us that through all our pains, His goodness will abound. Yes, for every cross we bear, He gives a crown. Yes, for every cross we bear, He gives a crown. He gives a crown.
a good song, man. It's got some great words. That Richard knows how to write it. We're going to go through another one here that he wrote. This one we changed around a little bit too.
How with His Holy Spirit I am never alone. How He's built for me a heavenly home, with work and reflection He prepared to me, that I should serve Him each and every opportunity. While I can never repay what I can't afford, is to walk, talk, and sing for my Lord. Oh, the top of the sea, praise His name. The Lord, hallelujah, He's our King. And when we walk, we will walk from a place to place, gonna tell all the world of His amazing grace. And then we'll all join hands and shout and sing that Jesus Christ is King.
We'll be a walking, we'll be a talking, we'll be a singing, His praises ringing. Why don't you join me? Try Him and you'll see just how full your life can be.
And we'll walk from a place to place, gonna tell all the world of His amazing grace. And then we'll all join hands and shout and sing that Jesus Christ is King. We're gonna walk, we're gonna talk, we're gonna sing His name. Glory, hallelujah, He's our King. And we'll walk from a place to place, gonna tell all the world of His amazing grace. And then we'll all join hands and shout and sing that Christ is King. Jesus Christ is still the King of Kings.
I think we need one more practice.
One more practice. Yeah, one more practice. All right, we're going to do something. We've done this before, but Rich, go ahead and explain the song. You go ahead and explain the song.
Now I gotta see what we're singing. Oh, yeah, this song is something that was actually, Jim doesn't want to take the credit, but he and Scott and Coach Young got together one time, and they were trying to explain to me what the music was like when they were young, and so I took notes and so forth. There was this sound that they called doo-wop, okay, which obviously predated me, but and so they were explaining and sort of gave some samples and so forth. And they thought, it'd be neat to sort of add to our little repertoire or whatever, a doo-wop song, as it were. And again, after some extensive studying, and I got some video, and
Killing us here, right?
I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, he's a young one. He's a young one in the group, okay?
But
He ain't that young.
so anyway, we tried that. We're going to do something called doo-wop. Do you have your little thing? Yeah, the note thing. Oh yeah, this is our props. You can see that we have extensive props in the back. There's water in these things. He was telling me back in the day when he wore sunglasses it was cool, but I can't even imagine.
Obviously you can't imagine. You are kidding me.
These are my sons. Anyway, this is in fact a doo-wop. It will be I promise, our only effort in doo-wop. And Coach has a lead. It's entitled "Yes, Lord." That was well done.
wandered to the depths of despair. So I was searching for something out there. I needed that something that could wash away all the sin that was burying me. Then I heard of Jesus and how he could set me free from all this burden that was drowning me. If I could accept him, I'd have a guarantee of life forevermore. And I said yes, Lord, sign me on. And I said yes, Lord, fill my cup. Just give me that blessed calm assurance that comes from knowing you. And I said yes, I accept that it's true, that life eternal can only come from you. And I said yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, dear Lord, I accept you, take me on yours.
I had secured much of what the world had in store, but I was empty. My soul needed more. I heard about Jesus, about the difference he'd make if I only trusted his word. I still have riches of silver and gold. I know many people the world would uphold, but I must cherish the cross that Christ bore. Now I'm richer than ever before.
And I said yes, Lord, sign me on up. And I said yes, Lord, fill my cup. Just give me that blessed calm assurance that comes from knowing you. And I said yes, I accept that it's true, that life eternal can only come from you. And I said yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, dear Lord, I accept you, take me on yours.
All right, that's a fun song. We like that song.
Promise it'll be the last duo of the night.
All right, we're going to do, let me introduce you real quick. I don't want to take a lot of time because Richie takes most of the time. So we're just going to go right through this real quick here tonight and introduce the group down here at the end. We started, how many don't know anything about us? Good, we won't take time to do this. We'll just do that. Actually, we started out as a trio, the three of us right here, and Scott joined us shortly after we got together. We've been singing together now for almost 2 weeks, and it's been quite actually for 3 almost, really. But Scott joined us from Marathon. He was sitting in the back one day back there, and somebody's heard him sing, and they tapped some shoulder with other people, and there he is. He needed a bass, and the Lord bless us with a true bass, and we're just thrilled to have him here. And he comes all the way from Marathon to sing with us, and he works in the public school. All of us are educators. We're all educators. And we all work in the field of education, and it's just a real marvelous thing to have Scott with us. He sings our bass. Mr. Scott Cadman. Back in the back there, I'm going to mention her too, in the very back there, who just really works so hard for us. That would be Scott's wife, Barbara. She is in the back there. This guy right here is a phenomenal baritone. We're just thrilled to have him working with us and singing with us. He works at Coral Shores. He teaches driver's ed. He teaches the weightlifting classes and all the health classes. And just happens to be my brother-in-law, and I'm just thrilled that he is my brother-in-law. And he sings baritone, Mr. Mike Hammond. This big tall guy right here next to me is, he works at Coral Shores also, and he's just been a real tremendous blessing. I make fun of him a lot because he's easy to make fun of, but we've spent a lot of time together working on songs, and he's allowed me to kind of help him with some of the songs, and I just love doing that. And he's one of the finest men that I know. He's just been a real treat for me, and I told you about meeting him playing softball years ago, and I thought he was just a big, dumb third baseman. You know? I can catch the ball, I can throw it. You know? I mean, look at it. What can I tell you? You know? And so then I got to know him, gospel music, and he shared with me the fact that he wrote music, and it was just a real thrill. And he is the athletic director for Cold Shores, and that's Mr. Richie Russell.
Thank you for those kind words. This guy to my right is our leader and our director, our founder. He really needs no introduction. So, we're going to go ahead and go on to it. Can we do that? He said he wanted me to keep it brief. No, actually, I do this every time we introduce each other, but it's worth repeating. He is such a dear friend and one of the people I respect most in life. He talks a little bit about our past and so forth, and I guess we've had a number of misadventures in the boat, and on the athletic fields and so forth, but I cherish his friendship. It's at the top of my list of friends. He's at the top of my list of friends, and a tremendous musician. He referred to this earlier, but I defer to him so often with arrangements and so forth, because I'm pretty clueless when it comes to most stuff musically, and he has a tremendous gift. So I want to introduce our leader, our director, our founder, the principal, by the way, of Allen Christian School, Mr. Jim Rober.
One of our most favorite songs that we do is one that Mike sings, and we used to put it at the end of our program, but we used to do songs, and like I said before, we're old, so by the end of the program, we can't do these songs where you have to really sing high. So we've moved it up to the front of the program so Mike can get in this thing. He really does a great job on this song. And it's a song entitled, "We Shall See Jesus."
We shall see Jesus just as He is.
Once on a hillside, people were gathered, hoping to see Him as thousands were filled. And He touched the blind eyes and healed broken spirits. He moved with compassion as He raised up the dead. Once on a hillside, people were gathered, watching as Jesus, He was crucified. No one showed mercy to the one who had healed them. Yes, Jesus loved them as He suffered and died. Once on a hillside, people were gathered, for Jesus had risen. Yes, He had, and soon would ascend. And then as He blessed them, He rose to the heavens, and He gave them His promise to come back again.
see Jesus just as they saw him. There is no greater promise than this. When he returns in power and glory, we shall see Jesus just as he is. When he returns in power and glory, there is no greater promise than this. When he returns in power and glory, we shall see Jesus just as he
All right, the next song, by the way, how many of you were here at our last concert? You were here at the, raise your hand if you were at the last concert. Anybody? Three of you, okay. That's you, that we had a little problem with the last concert, if you recall. Remember I was going to dance? Remember that? Remember I was going to dance? Yeah, remember that, huh? And these guys pitched a fit and they wouldn't want me to dance. So not this particular song, but another song that we're going to do in a few minutes. But we sang, we did a concert down at Outdoor Resort last Sunday, and Sunday evening, and they wouldn't let me dance there either. So, and the people were really, how many of you were at that concert? Did you at that concert? Really upset because these guys didn't want to dance. So,
I don't think I would characterize them as being upset.
no, they talked to me about it and said, what's the matter? Why don't they ever let you dance? So here's what's happening. Tonight, I'm going to dance. But before we do that, we're going to sing this song. You want to tell us about this song, Rich? This one here.
This song is, we goof around a lot. I know you find that hard to believe, but we do some stuff from the 50s, the doo-wop thing, and the coach sings, he has a voice that's quite akin to Ricky Nelson. And when he wants to, he can sound just like Ricky.
How many of you know who Ricky Nelson was?
Those are our folks right
Yeah.
there. And then there was another guy, apparently, from what I understand, that was alive in the 50s and 60s and recorded quite a few things. His name was Elvis Presley. And so we goof around every once in a while. We'll try to do an Elvis piece. And this was something written to be in Elvis style, I guess. Jim, it was an attempt, though poor, to do an Elvis style song. And so I guess I'm going to try to take that role. It's entitled "Done," and all levity aside, the message here is really solid. If you would please listen very closely. The chorus says this: it says, "You can't be good enough." Talking about what Jesus has done for us and His plan for salvation. He said, the verse says, "You can't be good enough. You can't love enough. You can't even pray enough. You can't work hard enough. I tried and tried to earn my heavenly wings. But then I found I had none until I took His grace through faith. And then it was done." And that's the title of the song, "Done."
Oh, 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 oh,
I tried to keep his commandments. This was the only way you can be good enough. And you can love enough and even cry enough. And you can work enough. Well, I tried and I had many wings, but still I found none. When I took His grace to faith, and it was gone. God calls on us to keep His commandments. He calls on us to pray. He tells us to feed the least of our brothers and to worship every day. But if you think that works and earn God's favor, that your sins they will undone. Our Holy Bible tells us it's only through Jesus and Jesus Christ alone. You can be good enough, and you can love enough, you can even cry enough, and you can work enough. Oh, I tried I had wings, but still I found none. When I took His grace to faith, and it was gone. You can't be good enough, and you can't love enough, and even cry enough, and you can't work enough. Oh, I tried I had many wings, but still I found none. When I took His grace to faith, and it was hard. When I took His grace to faith, and it was hard. When I took His grace to faith, and it was done.
Take a little break, but before we do, we want to do this one song, and this is the one where I'm going to dance for you. So it's just, it is what it is, and I've worked on this a long time, and these guys seem to have a problem with it. I don't know what it is, because it's really cool. So in the dance, I know what we have is an interlude in the song, okay, where there's just music playing, and I'm going to dance. I have to put the microphone down and do it. It's not really good. What you're going to see, you have to watch real closely because the interlude's not real long, so I have to get a whole bunch of stuff in there, before it's over.
Yeah, it's not long. Thank you.
What you?
No, it's okay, Jim. I mean, I guess formally we want to do our disclaimer. We voted, I think it was 3-1. Yeah, 3-1, as I recall. That
All right, I'm starting to dance, okay, 3-1 or not.
So much for democracy. Those who just clapped, remember that you sort of encouraged it.
All right, now you have to watch closely because I'm going to do some things here that how many know what the robot is? You see the robot dance? We're doing a little robot. Richie's daughter back there, she's seen it. We're doing a little robot back there. How many of you know Lord of the Dance? Michael Flatley? You see the Lord of the Dance? Michael Flatley? Huh? Yeah, Michael Flatley. So we do a little Lord of the Dance. How about Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson?
I thought that confused you too.
Now I'm gonna just stop. Please.
I'm sorry.
All right, then I'm going to end up with a little bit of John Travolta. Okay. No? Yeah, I am too. You better see now. It happens kind of fast, so you're going to have to watch carefully.
Not fast enough.
Yeah, no, because everybody's requested that I do this. So.
For future reference, your wife does not represent everybody.
All right, so remember there's going to be for you have to watch now. And I may get carried away and may not be able to come back in when I need to on the song, but you're going to love it. I've worked on this a long time. You ready?
Okay.
This song is entitled Winging My Way. You're going to love this. I mean, really, you are going to get ready. I'm getting ready. All right, go ahead. I'm ready. Bart, you're going to need to turn that up on the other end too when I do my thing. Turn it up when it's my time, all right? Kind of add to it, all right?
Down deep in my soul.
Down deep in my soul, a melody rings. I'm winging my way back home.
A sinner is saved.
A sinner is saved.
My spirit now sings.
My spirit now sings. I'm winging my way back home.
I'm climbing each day.
Every day,
Since Jesus is mine.
truly mine, I've traveled the road
To glory divine.
to glory divine.
The way is not straight.
The way is not straight.
That enters the gate.
There's the gate. I'm winging my way back home. I'm winging my way back home. I need to be there. From sin I have fled. I'm winging my way back home.
I'm climbing each day.
Every day,
Since Jesus is mine.
truly mine, I travel the road
Glory divine.
to glory divine.
The way is not straight.
The way is not straight.
That enters the gate.
That is the gate. I'm winging my way back home.
I'm climbing each day.
Every day,
Since Jesus is mine.
truly mine, I travel the road
To glory divine.
to glory divine.
The way is not straight.
The way is not straight.
That enters the gate.
That is the gate. I'm winging my way back home.
We gotta do one thing, Tony, before we come up. I want to do one real quick thing here. Guys, hang around just a second.
It's too late to look for the dance lessons.
All right. Oh, man. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put my dancing shoes on.
I guess that explains part of it.
That's not really what it was. We've got some CDs out, back, and we're selling this. This is a ministry for us, okay? And so we've got CDs out there to sell, and they're $10 a piece out there in the back. However, I was doing something the other day. I was looking through some of the archives. What we do with the money for the CDs, we don't get any of the money at all. Maybe you can probably tell by the way we dress, but we don't get any of the money. It goes into our ministry so that we can do another CD. And I was looking through the archives the other day, and I found a couple of CDs that we did when we first got together. And we thought we'd sold them all. And evidently we didn't sell them all because I found two. I found one of the first CD that we did and one of the second CD that we did. And as far as I know, they're the only two left. So I'm going to give you a really good deal on tonight, but since there's just two of those left, you'll have to come see me to get those, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to offer a deal. Whoever comes to see me, we're going to offer a deal on the three CDs. This is the first one. This is the one that's out there right now, okay? This is a live concert that we did, so this one you can have. And then I found one of actually the first one that we did. It's called The Island Quartet Sing Gospel Reggae. So this is the first one that we did out here. So that's the first one, and then you guys work with me on this, okay? And the second one we did that they probably know they forgot about too. It's called The Island Quartet A Keys Christmas, and it's subtitled Who Needs Snow Anyway? So we have these three, and here's what I'm going to do for you tonight. You can buy the one for $10. You can have two for $65. You can have all three of them for $182. So if you come see me, last copies of these. If you'll come see me, then I'll let you have these. Okay? So let's go ahead.
Jim.
What?
Check his water back there. This, don't you love the nice wrapper, which looks curiously like your printed here. I think. This too would be our one and only, by the way, CD, and then this reggae thing, which again conspicuously looks like your handwriting again. Folks, we hope you stick around for the second half. I promise Jim won't be dancing nor selling any more CDs. Pastor, you come take over here.
Every time he hefts off, you have to get him back.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the second part of the program. We're not going to do so much talking this time because it's already 8 o'clock and we get you out of here in a decent hour. We got some young ones here. We're going to get them home before 13 or 14 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and let Scott start out with a song we call Happy Rhythm.
There's a happy rhythm keeps her rocking and rolling. I can feel it moving when I sing this song. What a rhythm, feel it moving on, never stopping. When my heart keeps her rolling, rocking and rocking and rolling. It's a happy rhythm in my soul, in my soul. Brother, let me tell you how I feel, feeling that it's radio. Brother, let me tell you how the glory rolls. Happiness is free, it's never bought or sold. Let me tell you how I feel, let me tell you. There's a happy rhythm keeps her rocking and rolling. And singing this song. Feel moving on, there's nothing more. Keeps her rolling and rocking and rocking and rolling. It's a happy rhythm in my soul, in my soul. There is music ringing deep within my soul. I can feel it bubble, I can feel it roll. Then we get the feeling that I want to shout. Makes me feel so good, I want to move about. Brother, there can never be a single doubt. I can feel
feel I can feel happy rhythm.
Keeps her rolling. When you sing this song, all through the world, never stopping. Keeps her rolling, rocking and rocking and rolling. It's a happy rhythm in my soul, in my soul. Keeps her rocking and rolling. Rolling, rocking and rolling, it's a happy rhythm in my soul, in my soul.
Scott's congratulating us on our choreography. Promise will be that we will do nothing else that's choreographed. We're going to involve you a little bit here. We did this, I think, last year, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of people, my daughter and my wife requested it again. It's a real simple song. We were sitting around the piano one day and came up with a chorus, and my daughter Joyce started singing it with me, and then Sarah would later come over and sing it with us. And I said, you know what, you guys should teach it to the congregation. So we're going to ask Sarah Makepeace and Joy Russell to come up if they would. We're going to give each a microphone. This is as I prefaced, is a very simple song, but a wonderful, concise message. As simple as God's plan for salvation. It says one cross. And by the way, I saw this one time on a bumper sticker. Some of you may have seen the same bumper sticker. And I had this crazy mind. I'll write those things down and try to make a song out of them. So see some of the other bumper stickers, so they didn't make it. But this goes one cross, 3 nails for you, for me. One cross, 3 nails, forgiven forever. That's going to be your part, and we're going to have Joy and Sarah to teach it to you, if you would. How many people remember this from last year? Good. Sing nice and loud. They're going to sing it through twice, and we'll sing it once together, and then we got a couple verses to go with it. I failed. Isn't that great? I failed to mention that you're also required to do the little hand motions. That's a prerequisite. We're going to sing it. Let's sing it through one more time, and then we're going to ask you to join us. And then Coach has a verse. We'll come back collectively and sing the chorus. Jim has a verse, and then we'll sing it through twice. I think the last time we do that will be sort of real slow and semi-a-cappella. By the way, thanks to Barb over here. We mentioned that she's a sound technician, and we're so dependent on her. She's incredible back there, but she is, I think I could say unequivocally, the most talented musician among the bunch. Problem is she isn't a guy, so she can't fit in the quartet. Some never happens to Jim, though. She's got that soprano voice. Oh, I'm sorry, I digress. Here we go, one cross. Let's try it together, okay? Everybody.
One cross, 3
a time we didn't read all the lessons in store. Could I cut to the chase, just get to the core? I thought and prayed about his request with limited words. I gave it my best. I tried to capture the essence of his saving grace, his infinite love.
One cross, 3 nails, for you, for me. One cross, 3 nails, for him forever.
How marvelous the things he's done, his moon, his stars, his setting sun, the towering mountains, the crashing seas, the forest of fields, so rich and free. But most of all, we praise his name, that we can shed our guilt and our shame, because he chose to set us free. That fateful day on Calvary, with